Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss, making decisions my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry It's True podcast. Welcome to the house of and shout out to the members.
Good morning. What's good, y'all? It's your boy ARP, and we right back here with the Sorry It's True podcast. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope everybody had a very productive and successful week. Everybody staying out of trouble and staying on their grind. I'm trying to do the same. Stay out the way. Keep getting to this money. Keep getting to this grind, y'all. Shout out to everybody that works on the weekends. I know I'm talking like Friday's the end of the week and all that. You know what I'm saying? I got some very, very fun plans this weekend. I might not be on live this weekend, but we will be dropping some other content on your channel. So keep an eye open, of course. I will stay in tune with all the news and the updates. And if we do not go live here tomorrow and Sunday, trust me, everything that happens over the weekend, we will be back ASAP to cover everything. If I got to do a longer stream, so be it. And shout out to everybody that also checked out on yesterday's live. Y'all make sure y'all catch up. We dropped 2 lives yesterday. Yesterday morning, we covered some Diddy stuff, of course. You know, that's the biggest news. That's the biggest headlines. We want to stay on top of that story. I see that a lot of people are really on my heels on social media, like ARP, be on this angle, be on this. So I got to have as much of the information as possible. We also jumped into Little Durk, his label, OTF, his parenting distribution companies, as well as his parenting record label companies as well, being sued along with the King Von estate by FBG Duck's mother for wrongful death. She's also suing the city, I believe, because the ambulances didn't make it there in time to or fast enough to service her son laying there on the floor for 17 minutes fighting for his life with medical services. So we covered that as well. Very, very interesting lives. And then later on in the afternoon, we did a second live. And I just had to do a reaction to Ray J speaking out and covering the Diddy allegations along with the baby oil. He sat up there on like this podcast and he started to talk about him going the route of trying to issue some type of route to help the industry and to help society and to help up and coming artists not have to go through this type of stuff or allegedly get their asses taken. Like he literally said that. So we had a lot of fun on yesterday's live when it comes to Ray J. So y'all check those 2 lives out. But today, we want to cover the pre-trial updates that went down yesterday, right? For Diddy. Him, his lawyer, his dream team. Actually, I believe they said he sat in court with 3 of his lawyers. His family showed up. His children showed up. His mother showed up to support him, which is expected. The first thing that everybody was wondering was, will Diddy make bail, right? So I believe that this is either the second or the third person judge that was hearing out his bail request. Let's jump to it. Denied, okay? Denied. No bail for Diddy. No bond for Diddy. If we want to go all the way back for a moment, I was of the very, very strong opinion that Diddy was going to make bail. Why? Because the only thing that I was looking at was he a flight risk? Did I think he was going to pull a Steven Seagal and fly to Russia and escape some pre-existing charges? And just like, you want to know what? I'm out of here. I saw some people hitting me up saying he should have just got a face change or face alteration and went to Bali or someplace of non-extradition to the United States. I didn't see that happening. Okay. Diddy has a lot of money, a lot of power, possibly a lot of arrogance. He's been in hot water before. Think about like the Club New York shooting with Jennifer Lopez and Shine. He got off of that. You see the Cassie video with him right there in the middle of the hallway of a hotel acting like that. The way that he's carried himself over the years, he exhibits somebody that's very, very aware and caught up in his power. Right. And that comes with a level of arrogance. Some of that comes with the level of people enabling him over the years and treating him like that. And you just put that type of formula together over 20, 30 years. And somebody like that just doesn't believe that it's their time. They're just like, nah, we're going to fight. And he should fight it anyway, right? He's 54 years old. It looks like he's still got a lot of party left in him, right? So I don't think that he wants to go down for this. I think he wants to stay right here where he's at. And I didn't see him being a flight risk. But one thing that I did not foresee coming was witness tampering side of things, right? The people that he called and one person he spoke to over 50 times, and they looked at that as witness tampering. I didn't foresee that. I didn't forecast that. I also saw coming from the government side and the prosecution side, statements of just because you're compliant, just because you're in New York and you're bracing yourself for arrest, and just because you're adhering to expectations while this indictment is on the way, doesn't mean that you buy yourself all this extra leniency. Process is process, and the law is the law. I understood that position. I was just like, okay, that's kind of like saying you don't get no extra brownie points for being a mother or a father to your child. Like, right? It's like there is a level of expectation. There is a level of like responsibility. Now, if you do all the extra credit stuff, we'll look at it. But we still expect you to pass the test, right? You ain't nobody's gonna give you a pat on the back for passing the test. Motherfucker, you've been here sitting in class, right? So once that happened, I got it. And the $50 million bail package being denied, I was like, damn, I don't know if somebody's really a flight risk. They put up all this equity in these homes and this money and all that. He's here to fight the case. He's hiring these lawyers and whatnot. He's here to fight. That man wants to get out and fight the case from outside, but denied again. Okay, so that was the thing that I think a lot of people were looking towards. But let's hear a little bit more details about the pretrial yesterday. And why also this May 5th, 2025 date is being set, where the government stands currently as far as building their case. And, let's get a small little look into where the defense might be at this point.
Embattled music star Sean Diddy Colmes back in court, making his first appearance since being indicted on sex trafficking charges in a sweeping indictment last month. Once one of the most powerful men in music, Colmes now wearing a tan prison uniform as he walked into a packed courtroom, waving to his family who were seated in the gallery. It was also the first time Colmes had been seen since being
no videos, no pictures coming out of the pretrial, huh? Just the cartoon sketches. I don't know if this is going to be one of those trials, let's say, for example, where it's like YSL, where cameras are allowed into the courtroom. It would be huge. Even people yesterday, I've seen people scouring the internet looking for pictures and video of Diddy. It's like they just want to see what he looked like in a jail jumpsuit or something like that. You'd be surprised, man. People's imagery and perception of him. They want to see his mannerisms. They want to see his responses. They want to see if he gets in there and smiles. They want to see if he got his head up. They said that he turned to his family a couple times and smiled and waved to his family. But people are looking to see that. They want to read Diddy's current mental state. You heard some of those early reports of him possibly being, well, not even possibly, he was on suicide watch. And is he eating his food? People get all granular and detailed with it. And the suicide watch, as I understand at this point, was something that's customary for especially a prisoner of his stature. Okay, you come in, you got that much prestige, this much media attention around you, all this pressure on top of you, your name is possibly ruined. People are looking at you like, hey, you okay? You okay? You okay? You okay? Doesn't mean that Diddy himself was thinking about suicide, right? But yeah, no video, no pictures have came out about this trial thus far, for all the people that just want to look that much deeper into his current state. But it is what it is.
Locked up at Brooklyn's notorious Metropolitan Detention Center. Colmes' mother seated behind him in court today, along with 6 of his children. During the hearing, the judge granting a speedy trial at the request of Diddy's lawyers, setting the trial date for May 5th.
Generally, when a defendant exercises his speedy trial rights, he's betting that the government or the prosecutors won't be ready and that they'll be scrambling as much as the defense is. But in federal court, often prosecutors are investigating a defendant for months or even years, so they may be ready to go to trial by the time they indict.
Even with immense preparation, though, that puts prosecutors on a tight timeline to crack open and analyze almost 100 terabytes of data on 96 devices that they say they recovered during searches of Colmes' homes in Miami and Los Angeles, and from his person on the day he was arrested. Colmes' defense also seeking a gag order for prosecutors, claiming that the government leaked information about the investigation to the media, including this year's.
Now, hold on.
He
That's
was
a topic
arrested.
within itself.
Holmes in
Before,
Miami and Los Angeles, and from his person on the day he
hold
was
on.
arrested. Colmes' defense also seeking a
Yeah, before we go to the gag order stuff, because that's a topic within itself, I want to go back to this 100 terabytes and 96 devices. All right, let's go piece by piece. I did see an article. Shout out to my man EJ. Was you the one that sent it to me yesterday? Somebody sent me yesterday an article saying that they recovered hundreds of personal devices. And I believe it was alluding to other people's devices, like them belong to Diddy or Diddy's family, people that took residence at the properties that were raided. Now, I don't have confirmation of that right now in front of me, and I'm not seeing that being said right here clearly in this video. But let's still look at that. The report that I got yesterday was saying something to the effect that the devices that belong to other people, like 100 plus or a couple hundred devices, they're either too old to break into or they're too new to break into in regards to the technology, cracking into these devices and then decrypting the data and all this type of stuff. Number one, I would be surprised if you couldn't get into any device in today's world of technology and experts. And, you know, if you have to go to the manufacturer themselves, I want to assume that the feds or whoever at that level could, right? I feel like I can go into the mall and walk up to a little stand with somebody else's phone and be like, yo, open this for me. Right? So I'm a little sketchy on that one. I guess the second question would then come, how the fuck do you end up with that many people's devices that doesn't belong to you or the family? Right? Are you confiscating devices? Is it people that lost their devices? Are you carrying this lost and found at your house all these years? I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to jump into that too crazy because that's not confirmed in the video that we're watching here that it's other people's devices. Now, if it's 96 devices and it's believed to be owned by Diddy or Diddy's family or the people that took up residence at the places that were raided, that's understandable, people. I don't want people to hear that 96 devices and jump on it the way that we heard the number 1,000 for the baby oil, okay? 96, I probably have 50 devices that have to be logged, not 50. Maybe 30 devices that need to be logged into in my own house. I got TVs that got storage on them. I got cell phones. I got old cell phones that I always keep my old cell phones. That's just me. I don't even be throwing out old cell phones. I probably got like 5 or 6 old cell phones. If you scroll my Instagram, I think I posted a picture of my old Nextel. I did. Yeah. And I posted it on my Twitter. I keep my old cell phones, all the numbers and stuff in there. And I never, I'll use them as old phone books too. Like, yo, I know I deleted that number here because I don't ever want to talk to that person really. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if it's an emergency, I might got it in my old phone. I know people be like, yo, ARP, it's a new date. Just use the cloud. Fuck the cloud. Cloud get your ass in trouble. But so a physical device, right? But I ain't up to nothing, so it's all good. But I got plenty of devices. I got tablets in the crib. I got computers in the crib. I got laptops in the crib. I got all types of devices. So I probably got like 20, 30 devices myself. So when I hear 96 devices confiscated from his couple properties that were raided, that don't scare me at all. You know, that number actually makes sense. I wouldn't be if it was not, if they said 200, I wouldn't be surprised. All these smart homes and whatnot, I would not be surprised. You would basically want anything that has storage and just classify it as a device. Even like these, they're not tablets, but these little you know, I guess control stations that are like linked to your security. I don't know what type of security system is like common these days, but they're digital. You got these security systems that if you walk up to it and you punch in your code to like turn it off or turn it on, like it automatically takes a picture of the person that's putting in the code. That's storage. Ring cameras, or it doesn't have to be a Ring camera. Almost every security company right now, AT&T, they have security cameras that they'll come in service that they'll install for you too. They can, you know, trace back to locally recorded storage, you know, that's recording 2 weeks worth of data before it has to recycle or whatever. This is all storage and all devices, people. So the 96 ain't crazy to me, but what would trip me out is if you couldn't get into at least 80% of these devices. I just feel like there's these tech geeks in the world that know the ins and outs, the inside of this damn phone and whatnot, and they could do anything. Like, once again, I can go to the mall to get that done. But, you know, we'll follow that, see how that pans.
Devices that they say they recovered during searches of Colmes's homes in Miami and Los Angeles, and from his person on the day he was arrested.
No. Shout out to MSM, but 100 terabytes though. So I have 2 comments there. Number one, the amount of terabytes is the total, right? Nobody has told me yet the difference between total storage versus used storage. Your phone might have 100 gigs worth of data, but you might only have 10 gigs worth of videos and pictures and that you actually used. Okay. I have external USB drives. One of them is like 8 terabytes or something like that, but it's not full, right? So that's the first thing that I want to call out. The second thing I want to call out is we've only gotten into this age of terabytes because people store so much shit. I know people that if they pick up their cell phones and they go to take a picture or they go to take a video, they got to delete old shit. Has anybody in the chat met people like that or know people like that? They go to take a video and their phone is out of storage. Like, oh, let me clean up and delete some old shit, you know, so I could take because my phone is full, right? That's the age that we're in. We're not in the age of bytes. We're not in the age of megabytes. We're not in the age of gigabytes. This is the age of terabytes, people. Okay. The Sorry is True podcast has over 400 videos. I'm kind of proud of that, y'all. We've been rocking. We've been building over 400 videos, though. I back up all of my videos. Okay. In case like a computer crashes or the site crashes or whatever, I back up all of our RBE's battles. It's terabytes and terabytes and terabytes and terabytes of data. I got the raw files, master files from our events. I got trailer footage and stuff that even right here, just for the Sorry Is True podcast of what I run daily here with y'all, all the editing that I got to do, the thumbnails, it adds up, right? So I just want to make sure that we level set, right? We don't want to over sensationalize certain numbers that come out because if you don't have a technical ear, you're going to go, oh, 1,000 baby oil bottles, 100 terabytes. I got a couple maybe like 50 terabytes my damn self alone me, you know what I'm saying? So nah, and I ain't doing shit. All right. So look around your house and realize like, oh shit, I have a security system, I have cell phones, I have tablets, I have monitors, I have computers, I have all this stuff. Damn, I got a lot of storage too. Damn, I got a lot of devices too. And then multiply that by these multiple properties, these huge properties, smart home configurations that Diddy owns and whatnot. And then you start to realize like, and then all the people that's there too, the handlers, the butlers, the chefs, the security guards, the people that maybe did leave their stuff behind, the family. When we really start to think about it, talk about it right here in the moment, I wouldn't be surprised if it was more. Think about it, y'all. Okay. So let's rationalize it. Let's rationalize it.
Colmes' defense also seeking a gag order for prosecutors, claiming that the government leaked information about the investigation to the media, including this 2016 surveillance video, originally obtained by CNN, showing Colmes brutally beating his then-girlfriend, singer Cassie, in a Los Angeles hotel. Colmes' defense saying that the massive coverage of that leaked video has tainted any potential jury pool, but prosecutors denying that notion and urging the judge to impose a gag order on Colmes' legal team as well.
They specifically allege that DHS, Department of Homeland Security, is the agency they believe may have leaked these documents. Now, the prosecution denies it, but the prosecution also says, we're not DHS. So as far as we know, this didn't come from DHS
as far as
us.
we know.
Outside the courthouse, attorney Gloria Allred.
Hold on. We're not going to let this video go to the next topic and ignore that one. That was a big topic. That is huge, people. Okay. So Diddy's defense is alleging that the government or the prosecution side leaked that Cassie video. What's our opinion, chat? What's my opinion? I can believe it. We don't have no proof yet. We don't have no guarantees yet. They may never have the actual proven facts around the release of that Cassie video. But I can absolutely believe it. How many times have we said that this is a chessboard from the government and the prosecution and the Fed side, as well as the whole Diddy defense side? It's a chessboard. That video being out there, and the 1,000 bottles of baby oil, and certain things that are put out from the government side, it's the PreTrial, damn near. It's the public court opinion that is being created. Everybody walked away from Diddy when we saw the Cassie video. That plays into the whole jury already saw it. Now, the jury is supposed to sign on to a certain type of mental position. Do you have any bias? No. Do you know Diddy before this? No. Do you have any situations like this that you've been a part of in the past that involve domestic disputes or anything like that? No. They say that's how you get off of jury duty, right? You act like you have a bias towards what you're being selected towards, and they're like, no, we can't use you. Right? A little game there. But point being, that stuff, it would make 1,000% sense to me for the Fed side or the government side to put that video out. Let's think about it. Diddy, who was alleged to have paid for the footage, he didn't know that video was coming out. Look at the stance that he was taking right before the video was coming out. This is all BS, blah, blah, blah. He put out, he didn't stay quiet. He tried to fight it and fend it. And then when the video actually dropped, it was like, oh, fuck. And he came out with that bullshit ass apology video, which I don't know if he should have did, but he came out with that apology video, right? So he didn't know that. He was blindsided, just like everybody else. Was the hotel people put that out? I don't believe so. And if they did, Diddy would go after them crazy too. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's somebody in a powerful position that put that video out. And chat, y'all could either help me here if y'all remember, or let's pull it back up in the comments later on. What website was the first to release it? Was it TMZ? Because somebody's got to go to the first release and try to backtrack from there. Because just because you was the first person that put it on the internet doesn't mean that you was the first person that, you know what I mean? Like, it still could have channeled its way to you. So there's some back tracing that needs to happen there. If the government was the one that put it out, they're gonna do but so much to investigate themselves to prove that they put it out. So that's an interesting one. Very, very interesting. Now, I do see how that's a huge angle for Diddy's defense. Who put this video out? It taints the case. You know, like, you could be targeting mistrials early on or something like that. Like, that really, really taints public perception of Diddy. It taints, and he's not on trial for abuse. He's not on trial for what he did to Diddy. I mean, what he did to Diddy, what he did to Cassie. But he's being convicted, damn near, for what he did to Cassie. Okay? If you're on the jury, you don't unsee that footage. It's like you see it in movies, or you see it even in real life, because once again, art depicts life, where the lawyer will purposefully say something that he knows is going to get striked from the record. You know, is not going to be admissible, you know, or permit, whatever the word is, right, to the case. But I put it out there, and it's too late. The jury done heard it. The jury then, or they can't unhear it now. It's there. You jump out there and you say, is it true that you just did this because you were still in love with him? Like, no, we already can't say that. Strike that. Object. All right. Rephrase your question. All right. It's too late. I already said it. Right? And they do that shit tactically. It's no different in this case than why, if you're on Diddy's defense, you have a problem with that Cassie video, because you're like, yo, this is already damaged me so much. And was it supposed to be put out by the feds or Homeland, whoever, if they're the ones that are the root of this video getting put in front of the world? So I see why that's their target, but good luck figuring that out, especially if it's true that, you know, the feds were actually behind it.
Red, who represents one of Colmes' civil accusers, Don Rashard, saying Colmes' gargantuan celebrity status is still intimidating to alleged victims.
Even if he is in custody, they're concerned that he has many supporters, that there could be retaliation, they fear, if they come forward.
Despite the growing media attention and mounting civil lawsuits against Colmes, his defense implying that the case is racially motivated in a recent promo for a new TMZ documentary.
They start making this case as a takedown of a successful black man.
The defense echoing that sentiment again at the courthouse.
Dr. King called it the law of unintended consequences. So sometimes the more you push a person down, the stronger they get.
Now all eyes on the prosecution, who said in court that they may be bringing yet another indictment against Colmes. I was actually in the courtroom today, just a few feet away from Colmes and his family, and he seemed upbeat and anxious at the same time. He was turning around and waving to 6 out of 7 of his children that were there and his mother. The next court date is going to be in December, and there is a lot of discovery that has to be gone through. The government saying that they're going through those 90 plus devices and they're downloading all of that data, and then they have to turn it over to Colmes' team. But one of the things that I thought was really interesting is that both sides are pointing the finger at each other when it comes to talking to the media. And it's looking like the judge is actually going to impose a gag order on both sides.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories.
I want to see if that gag order comes out, because nobody will have their ass on TMZ anymore doing interviews from Diddy's legal defense. That whole race angle that got mentioned, though, I'm curious to see how strong that would be. You know, I don't know if that would be the main, me personally, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just looking at what we got in front of us so far from a logical standpoint. And if that was my bread and butter as a defense, you know, to say this is racially charged, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You know, I think there's better angles to go against if you're Diddy's defense, but we did also get a quick moment from Diddy's lawyer exiting the courthouse from yesterday's pretrial. Let's take a look at him, see his mannerisms, see his energy, see what he had to say. And when I say quick, I mean quick.
Thanks for all for waiting. I'm really not going to make much of a statement. As you know, I made a request for the judge to issue what we call the gag order, and the judge is going to issue it on a reciprocal.
Oh, hold on. So let me further clarify what I just said. My bad. The gag order, when I was joking and saying, oh, well, no more TMZ for you. I'm talking about his ass getting on TMZ. But he said that he's the one that requested the gag order on both sides. So interesting. Shout out to Baby Oil in the chat. Members, what up?
Basis. So I'm not going to say anything that I didn't say in my papers and in court. We submitted a written motion last night that states our position. I'm not going to say anything in addition to it, but I didn't want to leave all you guys hanging, you know, and I wanted to say at least that I wasn't going to say anything. So that's all I'm going to say and not say. Thank you all. I hope that gives you what you need, but I'm not going to say anything that I haven't said to court and that I haven't said in my court papers. So you all have a nice day, and thank you very much.
How is he doing? How is he doing?
Damn, he's a monster. Y'all walk through that. I mean, he didn't say nothing, and that's a little surprising to me. Well, actually, it's not. But considering that he seemed to be we'll say a little cloudy early on, a little camera unshy early on. For now, him to come out of this pretrial and not say anything. I mean, some people interpret that as like, maybe you didn't have a good day in there. Or is it because you're in the middle of requesting a gag order? So what are you doing walking outside now 5 minutes later and giving this whole I have a dream speech, right? It kind of makes sense. So we'll see how that plays out. You know, they said once again, their next trial date or court date is in December. By then, there should be further discovery that happens. Y'all know this discovery process. That's when, you know, evidence is being put on the table, items of allegations, etc., and physical proof and whatnot are put on the table from both sides, text messages, phone calls, emails, maybe some more unlocking of these devices, people still got their eyes open for the other people coming into the equation. Was it yesterday also? What came to my phone? The first celebrity that was looped into this, we see. I don't have it up on the screen for y'all, but I'm looking at it right here in my phone. Third accuser sues Sean Diddy Colmes for essay. Jane Doe plaintiff alleges Sean Colmes, singer/songwriter, and along with Aaron Hall, took turns R-ing her and a friend after an event at Uptown Records in early 1990s. Aaron Hall is being alleged to be caught up with Diddy performing some R act on a new accuser. I could be wrong, but that's the first celebrity name that I'm hearing put alongside Diddy right now. And I think that's what's really on the radar for a lot of people. The terabytes and all of that, like we're going to see what the footage had, which I'll say, but y'all want to hear the names that's on the data. That's what y'all waiting for. That's what everybody's waiting for. Let's keep it 1,000. Okay. Let me transition into why Kevin Hart is in my thumbnail and why Kevin Hart is, I see y'all in the chat, man. Leave Mary J alone. All right. I did see some stuff around her name too. There's gonna be stuff around everybody's names, right? But for now, leave Mary J alone. There's a couple people that I want left alone for now. And that was a perfect, thank you so much for that, MSM, because that's a perfect segue into why I got Kevin Hart in this title and why I got Kevin Hart in the thumbnail. Now, before I get on my little mini rant, let's pull the video up so y'all could really, really get a gist of where I'm coming from with this one. All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Kevin Hart, of course, is a wildly successful actor, comedian, and producer. There's a clip of Hart hosting a hotel party for Colmes that's been making the rounds. It's been going viral.
Hey, yo, can you move out the way? I want to give you a proper introduction. Go get some girls. Go get some.
Now, Hart was hosting the album release party for Diddy's Dirty Money Last Train to Paris in December of 2010 at a hotel in New York.
2010.
At one point in the video, he is seen
14
sitting on
years
the edge
ago.
of a hot tub surrounded by women.
Sit your ass in the tub.
And take a look at this part.
I'm not jumping the tub myself. Once everybody gets out, just being a lady. This is my scene. I'm used to this type of thing. Doing what I do best.
Whoa.
Did the camera catch that? Got the camera. Got the camera.
So that woman, her hair caught on fire, and thank goodness she wasn't hurt. Hart's fans have been blasting him on social media and demanding that he say something, anything, about this video and his connection to Sean Colmes. One posted on Instagram calling him Baby Oil Kev. Another posted, "We as your fans deserve an explanation, Mr. Hart." Another posted, "Say something about Diddy." One fan commented, "We deserve the truth." The comedian is currently on the road for his Acting My Age tour, and the paparazzi, they've been staking him out. They caught him on the way to dinner with his wife one night, and they tossed some questions at him. He was pretty uncomfortable. He responded, "You're asking the wrong person the wrong question." People in Kevin Hart's camp know that these old videos and photos of Hart and Colmes surfacing aren't a good thing for Kevin Hart. The Daily Mail quoted an insider at Hart's company as saying, "This is like a pink elephant at his company. Everyone is trying hard to pretend that there is nothing going on." The Daily Mail went on to quote the insider as saying, "Kevin is on edge and does not say anything, so it has been extremely tense. Kevin knows, as do his friends and employees, that he was close with Diddy, and there is video footage of Kevin placing him at the scene of one of his parties.
I'm turning it off. Placing him at the scene of one of his parties. Now, it's because they're treating the parties, the freak-offs, as crime scenes because alleged crimes have happened there with people getting drugged or art or whatever. So I get it. But until you roll the yellow tape around a specific party or a specific date or a specific situation, y'all are doing too much. Those tweets that I saw people hitting Kevin Hart up, those are the people on the internet that I want to, y'all get out the chat that this channel, this podcast isn't for you. We don't do that shit. I don't do that shit. Kevin Hart, we deserve the truth. What fucking truth? Right? That's general and broad as shit. Baby Oil Kev. We saw that video from 14 years ago of you partying with Diddy. Like, Kevin Hart could have been around some bullshit, just like hundreds of other celebrities. You know what? It's like you get into the industry, you get to a certain level, you know Diddy. You possibly party with Diddy. You possibly hang out with Diddy. This is all consensual situations that they just put in that damn video. You got a bunch of women that went and got their hair, their nail, their makeup, their toes done, got their bikini sets going or whatever. They possibly signed consent forms. They possibly signed release forms for this footage to go out. They sit in the tub. They create a whole set behind the cameras, right, of candles and Kevin Hart and Diddy. A lot of women be like, hell yeah, especially aspiring models and whatnot. Hell yeah, Diddy and Kevin Hart, whatever episode's going on, whatever, put me there. Let me get up in that tub. And one of their hair catches fire. You know, she definitely caught fire in the right place in a tub already. So it was like being in a pool and catch. It's like you're in the right place, at least. Like, it's funny after the fact. In the moment, it's like, oh shit, could have got hurt. But after the fact, nobody got hurt. Okay, cool. It's okay to be a little bit lighthearted on the situation now. Lighthearted. Bars, ARP, bars. But people, that's going back literally 14 years and saying, yo, Kevin Hart, look at this footage here of you and Diddy when this girl's hair caught on fire. We need answers, Kevin. Y'all are clowns. Y'all are clowns, B. That's clown shit to me. First of all, don't be putting another man's shit on a different man just that easily. Some of y'all know people that done did shit, broke the law, hurt people, robbed people. What if I automatically, because you was close to them, because you was their friend, put the charges on you too? I'm not talking about the association of like, yo, Dan, you might want to be careful around that person, keep your eyes open or whatever. I'm talking about I put the charges on you. That's just not the way we're supposed to move as men and women. I know people that then did shit, allegedly did shit, been accused of shit, and I play it all accordingly. Sometimes, full confirmation that, and I have like the shit in front. I 100% believe it. Even if I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt because you was my people and I didn't see that in you, but now I got the proof. Like I 1000% myself interpret all the information I have, and I say 1000% I believe that you did that shit. Then I'm supposed to remove myself, right? Other times, if your son, your daughter, your mother, your father, your brother walks up to you and says like, yo, boom, boom, it didn't really go down like that, you're gonna give benefit of the doubt because these are loved ones. You don't just turn your back on loved ones from allegations. You see Diddy's family walking in and out of the court to support him, right? They're not going to turn their backs on him. That's how it goes. And you better pray that your family would treat you the same, you know, if you feel like you have a justified position, right? But you don't just put somebody's charges on somebody else, especially frivolous shit. This girl's hair caught fire in the tub, and it's like, yo, Kevin Hart, we on you now from 14 years ago. Why? Why? He's not responsible for Diddy. He may have really been good friends with Diddy, but they're industry friends. They didn't come from the same city. They didn't go to the same schools. They met because they both got into the industry and probably grew close, exchanged numbers, and at some point, yo, I got this party going on. Okay, I'm over there. But what does that mean? Like, I'm gonna use some of my homies, man, from the battle rap side. You know, I gotta create the comparisons. I'll use Big K. I've been working with Big K for 10 years. I've considered and called Big K a friend, not a business associate. I've called him a friend of mine on the internet. Many times I look at him and I'm like, yo, that's a friend of mine. I want to treat him with a higher level of rapport than just business. Right? I care about his well-being off camera and outside of business. That's my guy. Okay. But we met here 10 years ago. Like, we've been rocking for 10 years, but we met here in battle rap. Right. And then I've seen things in him over the years. He's seen things in me over the years. We continue to grow our friendship. We've also done business. If something comes out about him right now, I'm going to give some benefit of the doubt until I have 1000% belief in my head, yes or no. And the reason I'm going to give him benefit of the doubt is because that's just how you treat people that you fuck with. You support them until you feel like, oh, I know for sure I can't support you. So I would support him. Adi Boom had his initial allegations. You know how many phone calls I had with Adi Boom before I realized, or I had all the proof in front of me, not just the round that Big K delivered. I couldn't just say, oh, I just heard this first round. Now when I walk off stage, I'm never going to say another word. I got to go do my due diligence. I had to bring myself. I had to have conversations. I had to speak with Adi Boom. I had to speak with Big K. I had to speak with other people. I had to read the paperwork myself. I had to hear some follow-up story. I had to see what happened when Adi Boom went to the lawyer and all of this stuff. And there's a million things behind the scenes and conversations with me and Adi Boom that the world will never hear. And I put all that together and I said, oh, I have my position now myself. Something happened with Big K right now. I'm going to take that position until I have all the information that makes me feel I'm taking 1000% stance either here or there. Okay? And I'm not going to turn around then and allow y'all to say, yo, ARP, we're putting Big K's allegations on you because we see you stand next to him for the last 10 years. That's just not right to do to people. And then on top of that, it's not like some shit where we're saying Kevin Hart ended up getting in trouble for something totally separate. The police went to his house, they went into his basement, and they found a stash of 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Right? Ironically. Then the whole world would go, oh, yeah, there's a real connection, like as far as the allegations that's on Diddy, because we went into your house and we found the same things that we found in his house. I would understand that. I would fall back on that. I would fall back on that. But not because he did a fucking recorded consensual scene or video with Diddy 14 years ago with some women. So anything now that involves Diddy's friends and women, we got to look at those friends because there's women? No, that's so fucking stupid-minded to me. It's one thing for us to go back and start pulling on all this information and all these old videos and present them now along with the Diddy accusations. Like, if I would have seen that Justin Bieber video of Diddy patting him down, looking like he's checking for a wire in his chest and all that, if I would have seen that back then, I wouldn't have treated it the way that I see it now, that the accusations are on Diddy. That flew over everybody's heads back then. There's a lot of stuff that we're bringing back because we're like, yo, that was wild. That was wild. That video with him and that little girl that he said he found on the street damn near whatever, or this video with him and Justin Bieber where Justin Bieber's energy looks weird. Back then when we watched it, nobody had a problem with it. Nobody. Well, I shouldn't say nobody, but everybody, it wasn't that. It was just like, oh, all right, whatever. Right? Now there's allegations and now we look at things with a different lens now. Now we're looking for the weird stuff. We're looking for the R stuff and the SA stuff. And the minors being taken of it. We're looking for it now. So we have a different lens. And that's human nature. I don't have a problem with that. The Diddy and Justin Bieber shit, yep. That's crazy. He patted a young boy down. He patted a young boy down. I ain't gonna lie to you. But a video of Kevin Hart and some girls that Diddy in a scene, a consenting scene from 14 years ago, because it got some women in it and they're in the tub. Fellas, y'all ain't had no tub scenes. If you haven't, you better go figure that out. Ain't nothing wrong like a candle lit tub scene. If you ain't did it before, you better go figure that out. I don't make you weird. Like, come on, man. Some of these people need to be left alone. Leave Kevin Hart alone unless, I shouldn't say unless some bullshit comes out about him. There's other people around Diddy that maybe deserve a different type of look. Not Kevin Hart, to my knowledge, today. What tomorrow holds is different, but leave Kevin Hart the hell alone, people. What? TZ said, tough scene with dudes. That is weird, bro. Who you talking to? You talking to me or somebody else in the chat? Yo, TZ, I'm gonna address you. I don't know what type of scene you think is being painted here, okay? But you do understand that people link up in groups, right? You never been with your boy. I'm gonna get to the tub shit in a second. I'm not dodging the tub part. You never been with your boys. It's like maybe one of the guys or a couple of the guys got the girls, and the other ones is getting alley oops. I might tell a friend to bring it. Matter of fact, what? Now that I think about it, was the Biggie and the Diddy video? Was Diddy in the hot tub? Tell a friend to bring a friend. I'm not even gonna rap the lyrics right now. Talk about coincidence within my example, right? Wasn't Diddy in a fucking hot tub for that? Yo, he been sexual. And I don't want to say freakish because that being in a hot tub ain't freaky. I still gotta be fair, y'all. It's Sorry It's True podcast. But damn, did he? But you know, the friend of the friends or whatever, and the ones on the side that didn't have the girls or didn't make the call, they get the alley oops. Y'all get together. Now, if a tub comes into play, that could be odd. Yeah. Not that Kevin Hart and Diddy shit. The Kevin Hart and Diddy video was a scene. The guys were dressed. The girls were dressed as well. Had bikinis on. And they're recording a scene. And they're using a tub. All right. They could have did the same scene in a pool. They could have did the same scene in a jacuzzi. They could have did the same scene in a spa. Like whatever. That's not weird, man. Like we overly homophobic in today's world. You know what I'm saying? That Kevin Hart and that Diddy video just looks like two industry guys. But that's what the image that they were trying to paint. Two guys that got it like that. They balling out. We got the pretty girls in the tub, the candles around, and we over. And when cameras cut off, you know, it's on and popping. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not crazy. Like there's nothing wrong. It's all good. Now, if all of a sudden it started to go like this, and the guys are on, you know, a little. I'm cool on that. I'm cool on that, right? But that scene with Diddy, Kevin Hart, and those girls in the tub was not weird. It wasn't weird. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, y'all bringing up battle rappers. Stop it. Leave homie alone. Jaguar, I'm about to transition here, so let me read this. Good morning, Nitty. Says Jaguar Wright is currently wanted out of Dallas, Texas on 2 felony charges. If you see it in all Crime Stoppers. So that's breaking news to me. And I was about to get into my Jaguar Wright being sued topic. So let me try to find that real quick, Nitty. Or somebody dump that in the chat. If y'all find it, Jaguar Wright wanted. And wait, hold on. Wanted. Let me try to add a little bit more context in my search. Wanted out of Dallas on 2 felonies. I'll put that. Wanted in Dallas on 2 felony charges. Jaguar Wright was arrested in Dallas on 2 felony charges, including theft of a property, failing to return a U-Haul truck. That's old. I heard that. Nitty, I'm trying to see if you're talking about something that just happened. I'm trying to see if you're talking about something that just happened, Nitty. Was she just arrested? Did something just happen? I'll break the news right here with y'all if this is something that just came up. Because I got a topic that I was about to get into right now about Jaguar Wright. Well, I don't see it under my initial search, y'all. So y'all let me know in the chat if y'all got a link or damn. And Nitty says she's on a run with it. I'm not supposed to laugh, or maybe I should. I don't like her. I don't like her. But let me say this real quick before I pull up the video that I was gonna pull up. Shout out to MSM. Jaguar Wright and Orlando Brown got an interview together coming out, I think, today. I already saw a clip of it. You know what? Let me just go down my Twitter. because what I wanted to show y'all is on my Twitter. Shout out to everybody that follows the kid. I'm gonna go to the Orlando and Jaguar Wright comment in a second. Let me go to what I wanted to show y'all. So let me pause this. So when I talk about Jaguar Wright being sued, and that question keeps coming out, if she's not right, then if she's not telling the truth, how come she hasn't been sued all this time? And why you go after Piers Morgan but not Jaguar Wright? And we've in recent streams spoken about the legal process. We've spoken about the difference of platform. We've spoken about the Jay-Z's and the Beyoncé's of the world being so high up that you could ignore Jaguar Wright running around these small platforms. Those are small to them. All these years talking this conspiracy theory BS. Piers Morgan is a different level. He actually is somebody that you can action on. Jaguar Wright might not be findable. I got comments that was sent to me the other day that she's homeless. She doesn't have an established residence. She's just running around collecting checks. This is a hustle, doing these interviews. She's nutty. She's this, she's that, etc., etc., etc. So I think that this tweet right here, and shout out to Hassan Dawson 2758 on Twitter that linked me to this and asked me, do I agree? So when he sent me this, I said, well, let me check it out to see if I agree. And this was a very, very intellectual breakdown of Jaguar Wright being sued. The way it's summed up to me is perfect. Let me share this with y'all.
There's a reason that Jay-Z and Beyonce's attorney sent a cease and desist to Piers Morgan and have never sworn to Jaguar Wright. And it's not for the reason that you think it is. Because a lot of y'all have been running around in comment sections saying, well, if this isn't true, then they should sue her. Jaguar Wright is the equivalent of that crazy auntie and uncle crackhead that a lot of black folks have in their family. I got him in my family. That you just look at and you go, that's my auntie so-and-so, that's my uncle so-and-so, and they be saying stuff. Up until this point, that person was that. Piers Morgan has a legal responsibility to his advertisers. He has a type of platform that holds not only weight, but responsibility. You send a cease and desist to Piers Morgan because it's irresponsible of Piers Morgan to put lies on television. Up until that point, it was just a crazy conspiracy theorist on Twitter, and you don't cease and desist those folks. You don't sue those folks because those folks don't matter. And here's the important thing for those of y'all who are smart, because what I've learned is the internet is full of stupid people. But for everybody else, what you learn is that the legal system and lawsuits are not meant to slap everybody at every turn. You let folks do what they want to do, but people who actually have platforms, they have legal responsibilities to not only their shareholders, but to their advertisers. It is financially dumb to platform someone like Jaguar Wright. And so you all actually got what you wanted. You wanted some response and action from Jay-Z and Beyonce. There you have it. And also a recognition that there's levels to this, and Jaguar Wright has never been on the level that y'all have tried to make her out to be. And now she'll never be heard from again on any major platform because she went on there and she lied. And Piers Morgan said that she lied and apologized for the lies. But hey, you all want to see the downfall of black folks so bad? Go off, I guess. Oh, and thank you for coming to my TED Talk, and check out my song Attention. For your attention, please.
Dude had an excellent breakdown. Shout out to him. I would have loved to play that song right there just for some support, because I love his breakdown. But I got to be careful with music on YouTube. So that sums it up beautifully. People, Jaguar Wright is going to be here on this channel for entertainment. That's how I'm going to reference her. That's how I'm going to bring her into specific topics based on what's going on. That's how I look at her. I go to her interviews with nothing more than entertainment. Nobody should be going to her looking for facts or information like, okay, Jaguar Wright, put me on to something. Let me know what's up. What is it? Tell me about Diddy. Tell me about... You don't go to the crazy aunt for that. This is her hustle. She's full of shit. And she's a conspiracy theorist. And she's nutty to me. Do I need to say allegedly? Maybe I will, because y'all telling me that she don't got shit. I don't got shit neither. So she got better people to argue with than me. But anyway, staying on Jaguar Wright for a second. Here's another one that I saw, and we were just talking about her and Orlando's joint. Let me go to this real quick. This was also on my Twitter. I saw this posted, and this is just another example for anybody in the chat or anybody that watches this later. All you Jaguar Wright defenders, okay? This one's for y'all.
To me, that is there something called programming that we are programmed to?
You know, she wrote The Matrix.
She spoke to the woman that did.
No, do you? I'm saying, do you?
I definitely did that.
Brother,
God bless you.
brother, do you know that she wrote The Matrix? That she wrote the movie.
Come on, baby. Come on. I'm on you. I'm on you.
He honors me in such a way.
Hold on. Orlando, y'all fuck with him, huh? Y'all trust in him? That weirdo guy? Y'all listen to him? Birds of a feather flock together. It's a perfect pair. Two fucking nuts. Two nutty ass people. Orlando and Jaguar. The topic was programming. I believe in programming. I could program society to pay attention to media, to be on their phones all day, to listen to government, to follow certain laws. I 100% believe in programming. You could program a child by just telling them something repeatedly. Every day you wake up, make your bed. Every day you wake up, make your bed. Every day you wake up, make your bed. And they wake up without being told, and the first thing they do is they make their bed. 10 years later, if that's the first thing that they do as soon as they wake up, and they don't realize that that's why it's the first thing they do when they wake up, it's because they were programmed to do it. Okay, I don't even have to treat it like an opinion. It's around us in all different forms. Programming. The topic here was programming. Orlando jumps in there and says, "You know, she wrote The Matrix, and she co-signed it." The ultimate programming conceptual piece of art, The Matrix, the movie The Matrix. Hey, Jaguar fans in the chat, or that come watch this later on. She wrote The Matrix, y'all, and Terminator. This is y'all source of truth. This is y'all source of information here.
Bro, am I lying?
No,
I'm on you.
Bro, hey,
you honor me. Listen to me.
Can the host please stop co-signing this shit in the background? Come on now, I'm on you. Please.
Bro, like that's all your bread. That's all your money.
You honor me. And I'm going to tell you why.
They try to take your movie? That's cute. You doing music and you wrote the fucking Matrix. It's adorable that you're doing music with people, but you wrote the fucking movie.
I understand. You do so much better than you could possibly ever imagine.
It's fucking crazy.
If you really want to get an accurate picture of something,
you wrote the fucking Matrix.
Shake it the fuck up and see what it looks like upside down.
And the Terminator.
Shout out to Sophia Stewart.
Yeah. And the Terminator.
Divine Oracle of our time.
Me too. Because she played with 50 the other day. She played with him. She crossed the line with 50. And saying what you said, not 50. She could have did that to any man. She crossed the line. And doing that to 50, they say 50 just I ain't gonna bring it up here, but just sent lawyers at a jeweler out of New York, a popular jeweler on the internet. There's an NYC Tracks, TRAX. I see his videos go around a lot because he did a video saying that he showed a picture of 50 Cent wearing like a cross medallion and said, "I seen this on 50, And that inspired me to create the same thing. Then he brought the piece that he created that basically was like replicating what 50 was wearing on camera. And he was saying, look, if you want this, you know, the same joint that I made that looks like 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying? Holla at us, we got it. And 50 Cent Lawyer is allegedly on some bull like, yo, he definitely tweeted him and said this was a bad move. But they're saying that he's also suing him over that. Now, I think that's a little bit too much, Diddy. But I mean, not Diddy, 50, but 50 said, you know, they're using my likeness to sell a product. And 50 is just insane with that shit. He don't care, B. Like, Jaguar Wright don't deserve to get away with what she did towards him the other day on that platform. That probably is at like 1 million views now. When she went at him and Diddy and Vlad and all that, probably don't deserve to get away with that in some form. At least a response that embarrasses the shit out of her. She deserves it. She deserves it, B. All you Jaguar Wright fans that be in the comments of these videos supporting her, I want to give y'all a shout out as well, man, because The Matrix is one of my favorite series of all time. The Terminator is something of epic nature as well. And if you guys profit, Jaguar Wright is responsible for writing those, I owe you guys a shout out as well. What idiot didn't peep the sarcasm in what I just said?